Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Greg Davis, Superfiller at Rockstar.com. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Say hi. What's up, people? Pierre, Carlos, Steve. Hey Steve, did you want me to show the stuff that you sent? I mean, you sent me all the stuff. Is it okay to show that, or was that just for me? Okay, cool. All right. All right. Well, welcome to this webinar. A little bit different here. You know, when you're dealing with paid traffic, I mean, the number one thing that you're faced with is how to buy traffic profitably. Okay, because anybody with a credit card or debit card or PayPal account or whatever can buy traffic, but the skill comes in, actually making a profit. All right, and especially when you're confronted with really big click prices and not so big EPCs, then it seems like a daunting task, but you can definitely do it. So basically, I'm going to go through. I only have like 3 slides here, so I'm just going to go through kind of like an overview of how to get profitable, kind of the way that I see it, and then we're going to and I already actually have somebody that sent in a whole bunch of stuff ahead of time. Um, So we're going to go through his campaign, but any questions that you have, especially about a specific campaign, feel free to write it in, ask it. You can also ask in the group. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring up the Facebook group right now. You can ask in the group. Let's see here. So we'll get this going here. All right, here we go. My computer's slow today for some reason. Oh shit! What the hell? And my computer's freezing up. God damn it. Sorry about that. All right, and post this here in the group here real quick. So so hopefully I can give you some tips here, some things that can help you get profitable. Like I said, we'll answer your specific questions as well. So just post it to the group. So comment on that post. If you are live, let me know you're in the Facebook group and on the webinar, and feel free to ask questions. Actually, go ahead and ask questions in the Facebook group because that's easier for me to see. But you can ask them either way. So let me just kind of go through a quick overview here real quick, and then we can get into some specifics. All right. Let's see here. All right. So let's get started here. So the first thing that we want to do if we want to have a profitable campaign is to start the right way. Okay. We don't want to always go back to other campaigns that we can make work and then try to. I mean, you can obviously add some things to them, and you could try to do it that way. But it's very easy to set it up the right way from the beginning. Okay, and the main thing with setting up the campaign the right way in the beginning is having enough variables. Okay, um, because the whole thing with optimization, with being profitable, is figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and getting rid of what doesn't work. Okay, and then also try expanding on what does work. So you got to give yourself a lot of options so that you can give yourself a chance to actually have a combination that gets it right. All right. So the only way to do this is to use tracking. All right. Um, you know, I would say 50% of the time, if somebody comes to me and tell me they're having trouble getting something profitable, I ask them if they're tracking, using tracking software. And 50% of the time, they say no. Okay, so that's a big problem right there. Like you have to track. You have to track. Um, and before you spend any money on paid traffic, spend some money on some tracking software. I personally use CPV Lab, and you'll see another reason why I do in a second here. But whether it's CPV Lab, whether it is tracking tool two, whether it is volume, whether it is Thrive, whatever tracking platform that you're using, you have to track, okay? Because here's what it comes down to. This business is not about, you're never gonna just have like one ad and one landing page and one offer and just away you go and you make all kinds of money. It doesn't work like that. All right, you're going to have to split test and really multivariate test in order to get the combination that works. All right. And the only way that you can track all this is CVV Lab. I mean, CVV is a tracking software. Now, you might say, well, I'm using the tracking on, say for example, if you're on Google or if you're on Facebook, you might say, well, I'm just going to use a tracking conversion pixel that's on Google and Facebook. That is not good enough. It is not good enough. And the reason it's not good enough, one, bigger reason why it's not good enough is because that's going to show you, okay, like let's just say, for example, Facebook, for example. Um, okay, like you can see the ad. Actually, let me take Google for example. So you can definitely see the ad that converted, you see the keyword that converted, whatever type of other targeting that converted. But what you can't see is which landing page converted with what ad, okay, or what, especially if you're using something like Landing Page Genius, what headline worked best with what ad and what landing page, okay. The Facebook or Google will just show you that you got a conversion, okay, for that ad, but you don't have any insight into that conversion. All right, and as far as stuff that's off Facebook, okay, anything that's on Facebook, such as the gender, such as age, and all kind of stuff. Yeah, you can track all of that. But as far as stuff that's off Facebook, okay, so off Facebook would be, your landing page. All right. Um, it could be an element on your landing page. All right. It could be the offer. All right. Um, so, you know, so I mean, I definitely like using the conversion tracking for Google and Facebook and whatever other system. I like using it because I mean, for one thing is you can't get enough tracking. Okay. Um, and it makes it easier. It makes it easier and faster to manage. If you can just look and see where your conversions are coming from or what's converting, what's not, you can quickly and easily optimize. But if you really want to get into, again, like you really have to take this thing apart to figure out exactly what is working. Then a lot of times you're going to have to, um, use tracking in addition to the conversion tracking that comes from the network. All right. So does that make sense? Because this is like a key point here. A lot of people think that they don't have to track because they just use the conversion tracking on the ad network. All right. Okay. So hopefully that works here. Oops. All right. So tracking is crucial. I mean, if you're not tracking, and then people like they don't want to spend money, for. I mean, I don't even know. I think CPV Lab is like, I don't even know how much it is, like $200 maybe, and then Landing Page Genius might be like 300. So before you spend money buying traffic, spend $500 for your tracking and testing. All right, because I can guarantee you're going to spend way more and waste way more than that when you're buying traffic without these tools. Okay, and so landing page, because here's the thing. Um, the main way that you get profitable is you test your way out of it. Okay, you test your way out of losing money. And there's nothing. I mean, I've done this for a long time, and I'm telling you, and a lot of people get crazy in love with all these new traffic. These new tracking systems and stuff like that. And that's all well and good, but I'm telling you, one thing that keeps me above the competition and keeps me rolling, and keeps me able to do large volume profitably is because the combination of Landing Page Genius, which you can get right here, and CBV Lab. All right, and it's just crucial. I mean, I can't imagine life without it. I mean, I don't care. I mean, if I can't do the things, and it's so important to me that I am actually building my own software to do all this stuff right now. It's not ready yet, but I'm building it right now because let's just take regular example. Let's just say you're just using regular tracking without any kind of you know any type of multivariate right here. So bottom, bare minimum, start with at least 4 or 5 ads. All right, 4 or 5 ads, 4 different landing pages, and at least 2 offers. Okay, so you're looking at, so let's just say you have 5, so it's 20, 40. So you have basically 40 different variables. Okay, 40 different variations that you can send traffic to, and so hopefully, one of those variations, you can, it's profitable for you. All right. Um, so this is what I would say at a minimum. However, you can really, really get down in the weeds with the landing page. Okay. So instead of just having 4 different landing pages, you can have a landing page with 4 different headlines, 4 different images. Then you start getting into a lot more, variables, but you have a lot better opportunity to find something that works. Okay. Now, obviously, look, the more variables you have, the more money you're going to have to spend as far as testing. So, typically, I would say, okay, you can spend the uh, up to the payout for each variation. But when you start getting to all these tons of variations, I wouldn't do that. The beauty of using something like the beauty of using something like Landing Page Genius is that whenever conversions start occurring, then you can stop the other stuff. You can cut out some of the other variations. You can also wait the variation that converted, so you can send more traffic to that to see if it's gonna work out for you. Um, and so so yeah, so that's um, you know a big thing that that you need to keep in mind. So if you got a bunch of different variations, instead of spending up to the payout for each variation, what I would do is maybe spend up to half the payout. All right, because ideally, you want to find something that gives you 100% ROI. So therefore, spend half. So that'll cut down on how much you have to spend. Spend half of the payout on these different variations. But what's going to happen, hopefully, is that you will start getting conversions. As you start getting conversions, then you can move more of the traffic to the elements that converted, and you can send less traffic to um, the combination that didn't convert. So so that's kind of like the basis, all right. If you have one ad and say you might split up 2 landing pages and one offer, I mean, you don't really have a lot to work with as far as making it profitable. There's not a whole lot that you can change. Okay. Now this is the other reason why having a landing page is so much superior to direct linking. I mean, when you can. Okay. I mean, unless it's some type of um, like download or something like an app download or something like that, mobile. If it's any kind of risk-free trial or a lead gen, or most offers, I'd say 80% of offers, it's probably good to use a landing page. But the landing page gives you a lot more control and gives you some more variables that you can work with in order to make something profitable. Okay, when you just send it to the offer, you don't really have too many directions to go. All right, so here's the secrets to to snatching big profits from data. All right, it's all about segmentation. Okay, so what you're looking for is segments of your campaign that actually were profitable. Okay, and that can be. a lot of different ways. Okay, so obviously you can segment the ads that work. Or you segment the ad and a landing page. Okay, now on the landing page, like I said, especially if you're using something like Landing Page Genius, you can test all of this stuff at one time. Okay, so you know, and the standard things that you want to test, headlines, also the header, logo, subheads are very important. The opener, like as an opening sentence, and the images, extremely important. The call to action. Also, one thing I test a lot is font size and font color. It makes a big difference. So all of this stuff, you can actually you can actually test for. Okay, so you get to the point where, okay, well, this headline works best with this particular ad, and whatever other combination you have. All right, so there's some other things that you can segment for as well, because here's the thing. If spent money, say you spent $1,000 and you made well, first of all, if you spend $1,000, and I kind of have, and again, this is rule of thumb, meaning this is still kind of case by case, but if if my revenue is like 10% or less of what I spent, then I'm probably going to move on. All right, I'm probably going to just scrap the campaign and do something else, or just totally start over, because it might not be a lot for me to work with there, unless I spend a lot of money, unless inside of that, $100, that there's something I can pull out of it. I mean, but typically there probably won't be. So, but if you spend $1,000 and you got maybe $200-300 in revenue, then you probably got something, especially right off the bat. You probably got something to work with there. You probably got something to work with. So you dig into your testing, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try to find you an example in a second here how you do this. And then you segment out. You segment out what works. Okay, so what different thing can you segment out? Well, you could look at device. So, for example, your whole campaign could be bombing, except for except for the iPad 4. It's like 300% ROI. So then you can just eliminate everything but the iPad 4 and go through there. All right. Same thing with, and all these things in combination. So the geo. All right. So one thing I do, and here's a little tip for you. Especially like I mean, all tracking does this, but like you can look at your data and CVV Lab, for example. You can see like where what states your conversions are coming from. All right, so, and I can guarantee you, like, if you've spent a good amount of money like nationwide, that there's probably some profitable states. All right. And so then you can actually just kind of go through and just target those states, or you can exclude states that are not profitable. That is something huge. I mean, the geography is big. All right. So other thing is an operating system. Again, is it for mobile especially? I mean, is it going to be iOS? Is it Android? Is it BlackBerry? Whatever OS it is. Gender. Okay, and you can do this in both Google and Facebook, where you can look and see how your conversion broke down by gender. Okay, now one big rule of thumb here is that you can look at also age and gender together. All right, and so now one kind of like, because the most frustrating thing is not getting any conversions. All right, so say because you have no idea which way to go. You don't know. I mean, the only thing that you know is that nothing that you did worked so far. Um, but one thing that you can do, if you still think that you're going to get some conversions and you want to kind of go for it, like you can look at your reports. All right, you can look at your reports. I say at Facebook, you look at your reports, and then it'll show you the data for the various age and gender or whatever. All right, so you can really key in on on a certain age and gender that actually was profitable. All right, and then you can just target for those. So, and that's a huge one. Like age and gender is really huge. Like you can just kind of go through. You might be able to make your stuff profitable just by taking out the ages and genders that don't work. All right. Parental status again is a big one. Time of day. Day party. In almost every campaign, the conversion rate varies by hour. So again, you look at your tracking, and you can see like where your conversion rates are lowest, and then you can block out those times and not run your ad those times. Same thing with day of week. I mean, there are certain offers that I run into before, like say BizOp, for example. And again, this is not a rule of thumb, but like certain like jobby type BizOps, like certain days of the week were like horrible. Like the weekend was not good at all. Like I think I forget which. I know Monday was good. I think Wednesday. So I think Monday we kind of ran like Monday and Tuesday, and then we skipped. We didn't do anything Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. I think so. We only run like 2 days a week or whatever. But that's what we did to make it profitable. Okay, so anytime you're spending money on a campaign, because we always say, look, you're not losing money, you're buying data. Okay, and that's true. You're buying data. So whatever that data yields you that's profitable, take it. Okay, because a lot of people they get frustrated. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to pause this campaign and forget about it. Well, there's some sliver of profitability in that campaign, and even if it's only a couple $100 a day or whatever, I mean, that stuff it adds up. All right. So those, and there's more factors, way more factors that you can segment out. Besides those, but these are some of the main ones. So here, I'm gonna actually show you one of my tracking. Here, I need to find one that's not too revealing here. Let's see here. But I'm going to show you kind of like a real example of this. And here, let's see here what we got. Let's do this. Okay. I found a good example for you guys here. Oh. All right, let's look at this one here. Any questions so far while I am finding this? Oh, that's not it. Oh. Shoot. Damn it. All right, well, I'll look for one. Trying to show one that is all right. Well, while I'm waiting on that to come up here, let me look through some questions here. All right, so look, somebody that sent in a question already was Steve, and he said that we could look at his thing. So let's look at what he provided here. All right, so okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so let's look at what Steve did here. Okay, so he did, pretty much what he's supposed to do here. Look for a talk to the affiliate manager, ask for an offer. So he hopped on this Shark Tank landing page for one smart penny, $4 payout. Okay, now one thing I will caution you for right away um, is if you're just starting out, which I know you were, Steve, because you were in the newbie class. Um, I would probably start with a lower payout than $40 because remember I was saying like you're gonna have to test each element. So even if you go half of the payout, you're still spending $20 per variable. And so I think minimum. I mean, your minimum you're gonna have you know 100 variables or so. So it can add up pretty quick. But anyway, so before that, $40, that's just gonna you can do it. It's just gonna cost more. All right, so we said it was good. Gave you some targeting. Gave you some targeting advice here. So I framed the offer, and so I take it that most people are doing a direct link. Actually, here I can. Do you have a mic, Steve? We can talk about this. You got a mic, Steve? Let me see if I can get you here. Steve.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. So went through this. Just like bottom line. I mean, like, how much did you spend versus how much you make? Did you make?
That's embarrassing. I probably spent like 5 grand and made 150 bucks.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I would like abandon this and run away quickly. I mean, so it looks like you showed conversions. So like this is like these are the conversions that you got.
Yeah, I mean the real question is how much of that was just newbie error and not really knowing what I'm doing, because this was the first GDN campaign that I'd really worked on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the newbie era is spending so much money.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I would probably go by the 10% rule. Um, but I mean to be honest, I mean like I wouldn't. I, I would just move on.
yeah. So, you know, neglecting the fact that too much money was spent, I'm really just interested in knowing if I was going about the various steps correctly. Because I can, if I've got the steps going correctly, then I can, just pick some different offers, get some other landing pages, and try again. But each of these steps was the first time that I'd gone about it.
Yeah, I mean, well, the one thing I would do is and and you gotta kind of take what your affiliate managers say with a grain of salt because there's a reason why they're affiliate managers and not doing what you do. So like I would have started with a tighter like less keywords and like more relevant because I like to start like as far as targeting start tight and then go broader because you start tight and you're gonna probably you're gonna increase your chances of getting conversions and then you can still be optimized at the same time. So because I think he told you to do all kinds of all this other stuff, financial news and weather, whatever. Yeah, I would just start targeted. So I mean, really, like you started this campaign like you were like the stuff that you did is like good to do like once you know it's already converting
Hmm.
because then I would expand out to stuff like weather and just like stuff that's not as relevant, right off the top. But here's the thing, like the main thing that you're trying to do in the beginning is to find an ad that works. All right, you're trying to find an ad that converts, and then also an ad that has a decent enough click through rate where your clicks aren't ultra expensive. So so that's the first thing, like that I would be trying to look for. And so again, like the more relevant that you can start with, the less data that you have to buy as far as getting your ads right. So like, were these all of the banners that you use?
Yeah, this is what I started with. I created four of the 300 by 250s and one of the short wide ones.
Yeah, I would probably yeah. So here's what I would do. And you said you got this ad copy from him.
Yeah, that was a suggestion, and I had seen a number of ads floating around the internet with similar headline.
Yeah, I mean the ads don't look bad. They don't look bad at all, actually. I mean they're kind of eye catching. Got the shark there. Um, I don't see anything wrong with the ads. I probably would have tested more. I
Okay.
probably would have tested maybe like 10 of the 300 by 250s, and it really, and honestly, like just starting out, like I only start out with 300 by 250s. I
Okay.
don't mess with any other sizes because like I mean the 300 by 250 normally has the most traffic, and B, like I want to get the whole ad copy messaging thing down first. And so then, like, so say for example, well, this would be easy. So say for example, like this ad right here was your winner. Then you could take this same image and copy and make your other sizes.
Yes.
Um, I would do that. So I would do 300 by 250 first because they seem to be, I don't know, like the most stable and like I said, they're going to have the most traffic anyway. So I would just start with that one size, and then after that, I'll go to the other sizes and kind of do everything separately. Like put the ads in different like put the different sizes in different ad groups. I mean, you can do them all together as well, but it's a better practice to separate the different sizes. So that's one thing. I mean, it just sounds like, and I'm sure the guy was, not lying to you when he said that people were, doing 100 leads a week or whatever. But it's just, it's just so many different variables. I mean, so many different variables that can go wrong.
Yeah.
um,
No
you
doubt.
know,
A lot of the initial traffic that I was getting was based on some of these less targeted keywords. So after seeing a lot of that being burned, then I just narrowed it down to what made more sense to me logically would be to do the tight targeting around the refi and mortgage keywords.
the other thing too, like, were you was this offer, was it mobile optimized?
Uh, I don't think it was mobile optimized, but I eliminated mobile from all of the targeting. I was just doing desktop and tablet.
Okay, okay, all right. So that wasn't an issue, but yeah, that's another issue too. Like sometimes, especially with, well, both of them, with Google and with Facebook, like if you leave it, unchecked, like it'll send you mostly mobile traffic, and if your stuff converts well on mobile, that's great. But if not, then that's a problem. So yeah, I mean, so I think going backwards or starting, looking forward, definitely start more relevant because I think you said you started with a whole bunch of keywords. Like I would start with, you know, um, in this case, maybe like I don't know, 20 or 30 maybe,
Oh, okay.
and they would just be pretty closely relevant to whatever this thing is about. Um, and
Yeah, I had taken probably 200 to 400 keywords in each of those target areas: mortgage refi, financial news, weather, and general news. So, I had probably 1,000 different keywords spread across multiple ad groups. And it
yeah,
just didn't seem to make sense to me, but, that was the advice I was getting from the affiliate manager, so I decided to give it a go.
yeah. Well,
So,
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what I would advise. I just wish he would have advised you a little better because,
yeah, well, that's okay. So 20 to 30 keywords, much tighter grouping.
yeah, and one keyword per ad group.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that somewhere here.
Yeah, initially, as I was figuring this out, I just threw them all in one ad group, and then I figured out how to spread them out into one keyword per ad group. So I'm curious, why is it important to have one keyword per ad group? What's the value of that?
Well, the value of it is that you are allowing the Googlebot to do all the work. Okay, because for example, like the more keywords that you put in there, then the more specifically you're defining, the sites that you want.
Hmm.
But if you just have one keyword per ad group, then and especially if it's a broad keyword, then the Googlebot's just gonna go all about the internet, finding pages that relate to that, and it's gonna have a lot more leeway to find more pages than if you would have restricted it with more keywords.
Okay,
So you end up finding like way more placements than you would if you had it if you had more keywords in the same ad group.
got it.
All right. But yeah, sorry that you had that experience. That's pretty rough, man.
Oh,
Um,
that's okay. I was just talking to the affiliate manager on the side here. They provided one landing page for this offer, and I asked him, well, what happens if I follow the advice, of doing at least 4 or 5 different variations? And he said that it would need to go all the way to the advertiser for their approval. Has
yeah,
that
yeah,
been your
yeah.
experience?
Some offers are like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, some offers like that where they want to keep real tight, reign over what's being said and stuff. So yeah, so a lot of times you do have to do that. Um, But but you can still do that and still test. I mean, because I've sent people landing pages and I've sent like 4 different headlines I want to test. I send them everything, and then they can bless it and approve it or whatever, and then I can go about and do my thing as far as rotating the different to test the different elements on the page.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that'll be too much of a problem because, I'm a copywriter and I write this kind of stuff all the time, so I shouldn't have any trouble getting that approved. So I will do that in the next campaign.
Yeah, but I'd probably leave this one alone.
Okay.
I'd probably leave this one alone. Yeah.
All right.
I
So,
yeah. There's no need to throw good money after bad, as they say. So yeah. All right, let's go to the questions. We'll stay on this slide. This is all right. See, we got tons of questions here. All right. How do you create so many Facebook accounts for Facebook and Google step by step? Yeah. That is not free, my man. I'm sorry. It's a lot to that, and that's something that don't have time for this on this call. Let's see here. What's up, man? Looking for some great content, blah blah. Where's the questions? There we go. Greg, in the past, you mentioned spreadsheets are the most important tool. Do you have a template for tracking EPC? I don't have a template. I just use, excuse me. I just use the report that the network gives me. So either the Facebook reports or the Google reports. I just use those, and then I will add my own stuff. Like I'll add some columns. Like I'll add a column for ECPM, for example. Um, but yeah, I don't really have a template. My template is basically the thing that they use that they kick out. Is this being recorded? Yes. Okay. Was doing adult, but it seems like while the campaign was converting was often stop out by the merchant. How to ensure lead quality and profitability at the same time? Because if our filters say 30 and above, the merchant and the rest of the other offers the campaign no longer profit, etc. So yes, that's a common problem. Um, you know, the whole adult game, and as far as the quality, I mean, quality typically it means older. It means older, right? Because especially when you're looking at tube traffic, adult tube traffic. I mean, a lot of it is kids, okay, and a lot of it is, kids are not gonna, have a credit card to upgrade to your adult dating thing, or whatever, right? So, traffic is pretty much useless to you. So, however, you know, a married man that's 30 plus, is looking on Pornhub, he's probably got a credit card in his pocket. He might want to, you know, look into cheating on his wife or whatever. So, he'd be a better candidate. So, the key to quality is to go after the older crowd. And so, just a couple of tips from when I was an adult. Um, for one thing, the whole theme that I used was cheating wives. Okay, it was like these bored housewives, cheating housewives. Okay, so that was like my whole hook for the adult dating site. So right off the bat, okay, like young kids aren't interested in somebody's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like they're interested in young girls and blah blah whatever. So it's like so when your whole thing is about cheating wives or finding these wives that want sex and blah blah blah, then that automatically kind of jumps the age up because teenagers aren't thinking about wives, all right. But you get to mid 20s and 30s and up, then all of a sudden the cheating wives or milfs or whatever, is more attractive. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is on your lander, like on your rules lander. Like I tested this a lot, and I found and I work. You got to work with the merchant, okay? You have to be able to send the merchant sub IDs so they can tell you like for example for traffic source, okay? So you need to be able to have like say traffic source 1 or 2, so the merchant can say, well, we get good quality from traffic source 1, but traffic source 2 sucks. So and the same thing with whatever element. So I would pass a variable to the advertiser for traffic source and also for landing page. Okay, and so what I do with the landing pages is I would put little things in there saying like it could be something like our female members don't screw the free male members. I mean stuff like that, or like I would pretty much blatantly say that look, you have to join the paid group in order to really get some action or whatever. And I said it in different ways, and it worked. And not all of them. So but the advertiser let me know like which landing pages they were getting good quality from, and then I just ran those. But that's what I did there. Those two things, just kind of try to attract the older market off the top, maybe by your theming, and then and then have language in your landing page to kind of like let them know that look, you gotta pay. Okay. Cleaning up Google will be helpful, Greg. Just how would you go about cleaning it up? I usually get 30-40% ROI, but I can't really get it higher on Google. I get 100% on small search platforms. I don't know what you mean by cleaning up Google. So maybe you could specify here. LinkedIn tracking and good. I have no idea. I haven't done a lot on LinkedIn. What if your offer only has one landing page? I'm not talking about the landing page of the offer. I'm talking about your landing page, like your pre-sale page, your page. Do you use auction sites on Google? Nope. Okay, let's see. Have you tried anything other than CV Lab? Yes, I have. One question I wanted to ask is how to create a landing page that has a high quality score. Well, you know what? The quality score thing. I mean, just think SEO. Okay, just think in terms of SEO. If you make like you have to make a site. Okay. Now the actual landing page on Google doesn't have to necessarily be the homepage of the site, but it has to have like a fully built up site behind it. All right. So just think, kind of SEO. Let's see. All right. Well, this is Dustin. Let's try to get to some profitability questions here. Can you show a case study with all these variables being utilized? Yeah, I can do that. All right. Let's see. How do you get sales pages built? Do you have a designer on staff? Yes, I do. But they're easy to get. I mean, actually, mine, I have one locally, and I have another one that's in the Philippines that I got from Craigslist Manila like a while ago. She's been with us now, man, like 5 years. So yeah, they're easy to get. Probably best bet is to get some people to do some projects for you, even on Fiverr or Odesk or wherever. And then if you get somebody that you like, try to get with them on a permanent basis. Okay. Let's see. There's a Okay, Greg, thanks for the webinar. Taking good notes. I have a campaign do 240% ROI yesterday, and today it dropped to 100%. What do you think happened there for a sudden drop? How can I go about taking it back to 200+% ROI? I don't have enough information. I mean, I don't know. I need to know what the traffic source is. Um, the kind of volume you're doing. I mean, if it's a lot of volume and you drop that much, then it might be something to look into. But if you're not really doing that much volume, you're gonna have fluctuations. Um, and you're only talking about 2 days. Like, how is it done all the other days? So it's not enough information there. So, um, and you're not losing money. I'm trying to help people be profitable. You're just trying to get more profitable. You lost some profitability, but no. But seriously, like, yes, I don't have enough information. So you can give me some more if you want. What is your mindset when you start a campaign and you start testing? Like I said, my mindset is to find an ad that works first and foremost. I mean, I want to just basically, I want to get an ad slash landing page combination that kind of works. Okay, that's something I can start with. Okay, and then I can just really, um, test really in depth as far as like, I mean, you understand. Like, I'll test like, 10 different headlines, and I mean, matter of fact, here I'll show you some kind of stuff that I do, and this is how you really kind of get into it. To figure out what works or not. Here, let me see if I can find one of these. Here, let me blind you guys for a second. I'll turn it back on. Let me find a good one here. All right. So, So this is like one of my landing pages. Okay, and so this top part right here, this is the landing page. And so these are snippets. These are actually like the different elements of the page that I'm testing. All right. So for example, so A is the logo. All right. So I tested these. Well, it says 22, but yeah, 22 different logos. All right. This is the caption underneath a picture. Tested 16 of those. And you can also weight different things if you think you might have a winner. Actually, this is the main image, and then I also tested the size of the main image here. Threw some other stuff into here too, but headline size, headline color, the headline. And I tested 50 headlines. And other stuff, pricing. Yeah. So this is what I tested on this is all different things that I tested. And Here I'll show you an example here of kind of like what this stuff looks like. Let me see here. Okay. All Let me find this here. Quick TV diet. All right, so here's an example of kind of what I'm talking about here. Shit, I want you guys to see this. Here, we'll do it like this. Okay, this might take a minute here. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so okay, so this is a old campaign, but just kind of illustrate what we're doing here. So this is my CVV lab, and let's look at the bottom line here. The bottom line is all right. So the bottom line is that this thing lost like $6,000. All right, so $6,000. Yuck, lost 6,000. That sucks. But if you look inside the data a little bit, you can see that all was not lost. So I'm gonna now this is like with the landing page genius. This is why I like it so much. So these are all different snippets. So I'm gonna check all of these. I can't remember which ones are being used or not, but and I'm gonna take this away. So remember, this whole thing lost $6,000. And now this may have been, I don't even know how long this was. Maybe like a month or so. All right, and it is a lot of data here, so it's taking its time. All right, well, I'm waiting on that. I'll answer some more questions. Let's see here. You recommend any major other traffic sources besides Facebook and Google? What about PPV? I mean, PPV is okay, but it doesn't really have the volume that I like. So I just pretty much stick with Google, Facebook, and media buys. Okay. Why is this thing taking so long? Technical difficulties. All right, let me see. When are you going to add some more videos to superfillerrockstar.com membership site? Very soon, very soon. I know a lot of stuff is outdated, so I'm going to be doing that extremely soon here over the next couple of months. What are your thoughts on Bing traffic? Bing is cool, but again, it's not a ton of volume, and if I'm gonna, go through a bunch of changes, I might as well use Google. So I don't do hardly anything with Bing anymore. I used to. All right, now what's the problem here? Oh, okay, here we go. So let me make this all time. All right, so that's still going here. All right. What when the offer dies and can't find a well offer as replacement, even big niches like diet. I mean, yeah, I mean, sometimes, your campaign is going to die if you can't, get the offer or offer that converts the same. I mean, with stuff like diet, I mean, man, there's always some kind of offer. Either if it's not trial, then it's straight sale. There's diet, info products like Venus Factor and stuff like that. So, big niches, normally not as much of a problem, but hey, if you don't have the offer, you don't have the offer. I mean, that's, you know, just kind of got to pause it until you get another offer or move on to something else or find another one. Oh, damn it. I have this thing on my other computer and I don't know if okay, let's do this. Okay, so we don't want that H. All right, well, hopefully that'll guess what we need here. All right, so as we see, very red, high CPA, even though I think this was a straight sale offer, but still 172 was a lot. All right. So this is how it segments out. Okay, so that was all that red. It lost $7,000, but when you start segmenting out the different snippets from Landing Page Genius, now look, you got some black in here. Okay, you got some stuff that you can work with. Now, one conversion. I'm not gonna give too much credence. Now, what I will do, this is something that I do. Now this is like a long time ago. I can't remember exactly what I did. What I probably did was took this, the one I was 59% ROI, and just broke that out into another page, another campaign or whatever, because that's the one I would look at. But what I would do is I would set up Landing Page Genius with these combinations. Okay, when I say that, I mean just like I showed you here. Like this was like logo 14. So all the ones with the two lines in the front, those are the ones you're not using. All right, so you can actually show the combination, and I would like let it run for this combination for a little bit. Like all these ones that just had one conversion, see if I got another one. Rather than that, like this one is a winner, okay, for me right here. Um, and so then we work from there. I mean, I just use just this page and run it, and you got and then you're profitable. Okay, so out of all of that, looking at the campaign as a whole, yeah, you lost money. Oh, you lost $6,000. Not negative 77% ROI. But if you have enough variables in place, especially again, now look how powerful this is. Okay, now this is just the landing page as a whole, okay? But then once you start breaking out, you can break out the actual keywords, and you can see like which headline or which image goes with what different keyword or target. All right, because this is actually TV, that's traffic events. So this is actually for PPV. I don't know how long it's gonna take to pull that data up, but you'll be able to see. I mean, you can literally map a keyword and an ad to a certain element on the page, and it's really, and so then we can even dig down, say like this 11 right here, 30% ROI. But if we actually look, let me see here. Okay, nothing really exciting broke out. Um, oh no, it's H, the other H. It's not that. The keyword word was actually here. So you made a mistake here. Um, but then you'll be able to break this out even more and find even so you might find like a certain ad, that went with a certain combination here, and it's not going to give us not gonna give us anything more. But hopefully you kind of yeah, do you get what I'm saying there? I mean you can look into the data and you can find elements that actually did work. Okay, but you have to have those variables in place. You have to have enough. Is this not enough to just have like one landing page and one ad and one offer? So and if you have one offer, I mean that's fine. If sometimes you only have one offer, but you can test a lot of stuff against that offer. Um, so yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you there. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh, $200 ad spend. This is what, yeah, Rick, that's not really enough. I mean, that's not a variance like that of $200. That's going to happen. You really need to have like a higher ad spend before you can get overly concerned. Um, with those daily variations, because that's not a lot of data at all. Let's see. Greg, do you use pre-sale pages at all? Yes, that's all I do, man. Where have you been? Okay, profitability question. On search, what does your keyword research process look like? Um, well, again, for search, if I can, I want to start relevant. I want to start targeted, and then work my way broader from there. And my main objective is to find an ad that works. So, now sometimes in search, it's not possible to be relevant. So, for example, if you're doing like auto insurance, relevant auto insurance keywords are like super expensive, like over $10 a click. And I doubt if you can make that much as an affiliate. If you can, please let me know what offer you got. But so so if you can't do relevant keywords, then the next best thing is do demographic keywords. Okay, so the people that are looking for auto insurance or the people that respond best to your offer, go after that demographic. But my main mindset with search is the same as with display, and that is finding an ad. Get that ad that works. Once you get that ad that really really works, then keyword selection becomes less and less important. All right, so test a lot of ads. I will dump a bunch of keywords in one ad group because again, my aim is not to just find converted keywords, but really to find an ad that does well because then that will open up the doors to you to profitability. How you go about picking offers? Asking around, like asking different people, whether advertisers, affiliate managers. As you spy around, you look at what offers you see a lot. I mean, the beauty of, I guess it's a double-edged sword because people can do the same thing to you. But if somebody's like really doing a lot of volume, online, I mean, you can see it. I mean, it's fairly transparent because you're going to see their ads. You're going to run into them, or worst case, I mean, you're going to see them scrape with the spy tool. So so you can see what offers are out there, and then you can either one other thing. Good thing is Facebook groups. Like my group. I ask all the time. There's other Facebook groups as well for affiliates, but I ask. Normally, word of mouth. That's the way I normally find out about most of mine. Is from I got people out here, mostly affiliate managers that always throw me offers and know what type of stuff I like, and so they'll go out and find it. Have you tried espionage? Yes, I have. I like espionage, and it's good. Um, do you direct link the offer to test if offer converts, and then if converting, excuse me, excuse me. Fully test out landing page variables. Sometimes, but normally I know going in like how I'm going to promote it, so I know if I'm going to use a landing page or not. I mean, like I said, 9 times out of 10 I use a landing page. But I will occasionally, just if I'm trying to do something real fast or just really trying to find an offer that's going to, be a good starting point. Sometimes I will do that. Can landing page genes be used for lead pages? Yes, it can, but you have to get your designer to basically take the page off of lead pages. You can't do like inside lead pages, but you can use lead pages. You just have to like have it on your own server. Let's see. How much do you pay a month for hosting? A lot. I pay like over $1,000 a month. I don't know. I don't have any. I'm not really. I don't have any specific tips about that. I just know that if you can speed up how fast your page loads, then you're gonna. A lot of times, that's the one thing that keeps people from being profitable, especially on mobile, is if the pages don't load fast enough. All right, so yeah, absolutely. Um, I would try to get at least a I mean, if you ball on the budget, then yeah, start with a shared account, but I at least get a VPS. And then as you get up, if you're using CPV, I would beef up the server a little bit. Try to get like a dedicated box or at least a virtual dedicated one. But yeah, I mean, your main concern is going to be your load time. All right, so if there's a stat that says like for every zero point 0.1 millisecond you reduce it, just you increase your conversion by a certain percent. I don't know exactly what that number is, but it definitely increases your conversions if you speed up your page. Oh, the red looks like my CPV lab. Yeah. Hey, it's all red at first, It doesn't, and it could be mostly red, but that one line of black is all you need. With all that data and your HTML code, do you page still look fast? Oh, absolutely. I mean, that data, that's nothing. That's just PHP. That stuff is, and it's not there when it loads. Can you tell us a little bit about how you use Instagram to promote affiliate offers? I don't, so I can't. This is 250K a day. Not quite. I wish. Hey Greg, sorry, got disconnected. So we're posting a question again. Typically, how does your ROI vary between UK and USA traffic for diet supplement offers? That's a good question. It's typically higher in the UK. Typically higher in the UK. What kinds of ads do you make with Google? Banner ads and text ads. Do you do well with ClickBank products, Greg? Yes, I have. Not consistently, I mean, but occasionally, I mean, because like the CPA stuff that I mostly promotes, tends to convert better. But yeah, I mean, ClickBank has some really good stuff, really good video sales letters, and a lot of stuff is pretty easy to promote. Put a really simple landing page in front of it. Bam, go to the offer. Easy peasy pumpkin easy, cut and collect your money. So yeah, I've done well with ClickBank. Okay. Okay. This is back to this question here. Oh, okay. I had a campaign that 240 ROI yesterday, and today it dropped to 100%. What do you think happened? Sudden drop. I see $200 ad spend running it for 4 days. Skip up $50, starting to perform. Yeah, I mean, just I mean, look at it. See if anything can be optimized. But tomorrow, do the same thing that you did before, and then if so then based on that, if you have like another sub profitable day, then maybe you might need to make some changes. I mean, I don't know how big your audience is. Your audience may have seen that and got tired of it already. I don't know. It's still like a lot of variables that I don't know. But again, $200 a day is just not a lot of volume to really tell. I mean, like the smaller your daily spend, the more subject you're going to be to these variables. Okay. Um, because who knows? I mean, like you know, your ads could have been shown more in a certain state today, and that state doesn't do as well. I mean, you know, it's a lot of stuff that could happen. Okay. Can you show people what a positive winner looks like? Give some motivation. That shows me a positive winner there. I ain't showing you my positive winning landing page. I ain't showing that. Let's see. Are you still doing PPV? No. What spot tools do you use? I use What Runs Where, AdBeat, and iSpionage. How do you keep quality score high when going broad on keywords? Do you insert the keyword dynamically or just have a ton on the website or another strategy? Well, yeah, you know, I don't do the dynamic keyword insertion. Actually, they say that doesn't help your quality score. Um, and you know, you just got to do the best you can. Like whatever the keywords are, you know, just try to have the site, you know, made around that and have a lot of those keywords in there. But really, sometimes, you know, especially if you're like way off topic or some, you know, really you know, broad keywords. I mean, like, there's nothing you can do to get a good quality score. Sometimes you just gotta pay. I mean, you might have to pay $1 a click, you know, a little over $1 a click. As long as it makes money for you, it's worth it. But you know, some stuff is hard to get a good quality score for. So all you can do is the best you can do, and just, you know, try to build a site around the ones that you're going after. Where do you find landing page templates? I don't know. I don't use them. Not everyone has a lot of cash flow to throw at ads. Is it possible to start with small daily spend and make a small daily profit and then grow from there to spend more on ads as you make more money? Absolutely. Absolutely, it's possible to start with small daily spend. But here's what you got to do. You can't say, you know, small daily spend, but then you want to promote something that pays $40. Okay, it's not going to work. The less money you have, the lower payout offers to go after. Okay, so if I'm on a really low budget, I'm trying to go after offers that pay like, you know, $1.50, $2, you know, maybe $3 at the most. Okay, so then that way, you know, it doesn't cost you a whole lot to test. But yeah, I mean, you could test at whatever budget you have. I mean, the less money you have, the longer it's going to take. But you know, yeah, I know people that have started with like $5, $10 a day, and they gradually, you know, gotten up to the point where they were, you know, doing a few hundred grand a month. What about mobile CPA? How's it going? It's going great. It's awesome. I mean, probably like, you know, almost half or a little less than half. No, probably more than half of my stuff is all mobile. So yeah, mobile is where it's at. Is VPS same as a cloud? No, VPS. I'm talking about like actually to host your website. I mean, you can actually have it hosted in the cloud. That's fine, but that's probably overkill for most affiliates. If you just get like a um, you know, virtual server, maybe like, you know, 50, $60 a month or something, should be fine. There you go. Somebody, Liquid Web VPS is a good start. There you go. Thanks, Jay. Um, how do you determine statistical data significance, or do you cut loose by your experience? That's a good question. I mean, again, and this it kind of goes with how much money you're going to end up spending, because I mean, to be perfectly statistically significant, you're going to spend a lot of money and basically exhaust all the options that don't work. And you know, I'm not trying to do that, and you're probably not going to try and do that either. So basically, I just gravitate to the winners. Okay, if I have like a certain element, something that has like more than two conversions, like more than two separate conversions, you know, not step one, step two, but actually have like two step ones, then you know, then I'll like weight that I'll take resources away from the ones that aren't converting and put them onto there. So I'll just cut stuff that's not converting in relation to what is. So I don't just like let the money keep spending on elements that haven't converted when I have ones that have converted. So and then you just have to figure out how much you want to spend up to. You can spend up to half the payout. So if you have a $40 offer, you can spend up to $20, or you want to spend up to the whole payout, whatever. But that's kind of like the way I look at it. I just look at it is based on okay, keeping what does convert and not just cut out stuff that hasn't converted, even if it hasn't spent you know up to the payout. Uh, does low payout offers convert better than high payout offers? I mean, yeah, typically, yeah. I mean, the low payout offers, they are it's less for people to do. Like if it's a email submit, all the person has to do is put their email in, and then you get $1.50, $2 or whatever. So that's definitely going to convert higher than risk free trial that somebody has to actually pull out a credit card and spend $4. So yeah, I mean the low payout offers are going to have a higher conversion rate. 50 on Red has display ads and text ads. Do you know if they are a good traffic source? Yeah, I've used 50 on Red and I've had decent success with them. So yeah, I would say that's cool. Do you use some software to clone the landing pages? I have my designers do that, and I don't know what they use. Let's see. Newbie question: how do you go about launching a new PPV campaign? Should we direct link first, bound competition, or what? Do you have Super Affiliate Rockstar 101? I'll get into that quite a bit. Okay, cool. I mean, it really depends on the offer. I mean, I would really be going against I'm not a big direct linking fan at all. So, depending on what type of offer it is. I mean, again, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to use some kind of landing page. Definitely look at what's out there. You can spy a little bit. I know there's Black Pops. There's a couple other CPV spy, platforms or whatever. So definitely look at that, kind of get an idea. But it really depends on the offer. I mean, if it fits the window right and it looks like it might be okay for direct linking, then I might, again, like, well, my whole thing with PPV is to have sound, is you have to have audio. Okay, so you can do the direct link thing like I taught in that course where you have the iframe with the audio. I mean, at the bare minimum, I would do that. Bare minimum, I would do that. And then, but I would also definitely, besides that, I would still test some pre-sale pages because, more often than not, they work. I mean, not all the time. I mean, sometimes, depending on offer, direct link works better. So it's just something that you got to test. Let's see. Oh, this is Rick again. Rick, dude, man, why you mad, man? He said, I don't have money, bro. This is my first profit campaign ever. And thanks, God bless. You probably wouldn't have done it without you, but wouldn't have done it without you. But you expect me to have 5K, 5K to scale, ready to go. If that's for some tips to build up capital slowly. I mean, dude, you're doing what you're doing. I mean, like you said, you had like a 240% ROI. You're down to 100. Okay, I mean, I know that's lower, but you're still making money. So you're doing everything right. Like, why would you want to scrap the campaign? I mean, you're doing it. So just keep doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all you got to do. Just put the money that you're making, put the profits back in to the campaign, buy more traffic, and then I'm not expecting you to just slap $5,000 on it. I mean, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if you only spending $200 a day, and I don't know, like, what's the offer paying? What is the offer pay? What is the offer pay? Oh, tell me what the offer pays, Rick. $2. Okay. All right. Well, so that's good. Okay, so So yeah, I mean, if this one day, I mean, look, you're looking at one day. I mean, at least give it another day. If it's down again, then you might make some changes. I mean, but you're talking about one day. $200. I mean, like I said, a lot of stuff could happen. All right, so but as far as you trying to find another campaign and stuff, like, I mean, this is profitable. Like, why would you? I mean, you gotta understand. Like, I understand you had a higher profit margin before, but I mean, people on this call would kill to have 100% profit margin. Okay, all right, so like, count your blessings. All right, so yeah, you're gonna have ups and downs. So see what happens tomorrow, and kind of take it from there. But again, you can look into the data and maybe see, what was different about today than yesterday. Look at your click through rates. Look at if you're using the conversion pixel on Facebook, look at the demographics of who interact with your ad. Oh, I know what I wanted to say earlier. So anyway, but Rick, so hopefully that gets you squared away there. CTR drop and CPC increase. Yeah. So I mean, so you're saying your Facebook, the problem is that your Facebook uh, cost increase? Well then, man, and, write some more ads. Either take the ads that are working and duplicate them, or try some different ads. I mean, nine times, I mean, all things being equal, the ad is the main thing that you're going to see a big difference with as far as your profitability. So especially something with Facebook, display, you got to have a lot of ads because guess what? You're winning ad unless you have a huge audience. How big is your audience? How big is your audience? Operate on a set margin. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's 96 million. Oh, okay. So that's the thing, man. You're gonna have a lot of variations in the audience that big. So look, I mean, those are the tips that I can kind of tell you to look at. But bottom line is duplicate the ads that you already have and make some more ads. Let's see here. Okay. After spying on competitors, I swiped all the keywords that were working for the competition. Is it better to go for exact or broad keywords when looking at PPC or Google Bing? I mean, I guess you're starting exact is cool. Excuse me. Yeah, if you're just starting out, exact would be cool. But just as a caution, um, just because you swipe somebody else's campaign doesn't mean it's going to be profitable for you. Because there's always something that you can't see. Like they may have some monetization, that you can't see. So just keep that in mind. And every campaign performs differently. Excuse me, every account performs differently. So even if you took it from your Bing account or his Bing account, your Bing account is going to be different. Plus, you're going to have a different display URL. You have to. And so then that makes a huge difference as well. So just be mindful of those things. Do you like Facebook mobile or Facebook desktop for diet skin? I mean, I like both of them, whatever converts the best. But these days it's mostly mobile. See, I'm using volume, which a lot of affiliates use. How would I set up multivariate testing and be able to sell as variables? You can't. You can't. Volume just allows you. You can what you would do with volume is you would just make a shitload of landing pages. So instead of just having a one page with the different variables, you can make I mean, it's still not totally multivariate, but you can make a bunch of different landing pages. So yeah, you can't get that type of visibility. And even if you for multivariate testing, you can use something like Visual Website Optimizer, but again, that's like removed from your campaign. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see the keywords and the ads that are driving that, that behavior. So and you're going to spend a lot of money. I mean, because with Visual Website Optimizer, you set up the test and then you run it, and that's it. You can't take away stuff that's not working or change the weighting of the traffic. So it's really volume. Unfortunately, you can't do it right now. They maybe CBV Lab. I mean, maybe Landing Page Genius will come out with something volume for some volume. I don't know, but that's why I'm still with CBV Lab. Okay. What is testing budget for an offer that pays 30, $40? I mean, it depends. I mean, but I would say, I would say at least 1,000, at least for me. But that's me. But again, if you're a limited budget, unless you know, already have some intelligence as far as like, you know, what's going to work or what might work, what might not work, I would just roll with a lower paying offer. What mobile networks are you running on, and what do you recommend for people newer to mobile? Facebook and Google, and recommend for people. I mean, it's different. I mean, like almost all. I don't say almost all, but the majority of offers now are. Well, I don't know if the majority, but lots of offers are mobile optimized, and if not, you know, definitely, you know, responsive, totally, you know, responsive. Shit. A second here. So yeah, so it's not like the separation like it used to be, where you just have these mobile offers and you have you know, non-mobile offers. I mean, most offers today that, you know, are gonna be responsive because so many people access the internet on their phones and tablets. So you know, it's like I don't really see the separation anymore. It's just offers. How do you determine the cut of campaign? Like I was saying, you know, if you're 10%, if you've made 10% of what you spent, I think that's a sure, or less. I think that's a sure fire or sign to cut it. Um, you know, but it varies. It varies. Are you doing a lot of email collects on landers? Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes. So it sounds like you have quite a team. I was wondering what your personal specific roles are. Do you find the offers or just manage all the team members? Are you in the trenches setting up tracking and launching campaigns? Um, I mean, I oversee it. I mean, somebody else will set up the tracking, you know, get the landers ready, all that type of stuff. But as far as the actual running campaign, yeah, I'm the one pulling the trigger on the campaigns. I'm doing everything actually in the account, setting up the campaign and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, and finding the offers and all that type of stuff. So, okay, what offers do you like to run in Canada? Um, no, same ones I run here in the U.S. Do pre-sale pays work better with or without video? I mean, you have to test it. You know, you have to test it. I will say they work better with, if you do have a video, it works better with a non-autoplay. Okay, non-autoplay works better. Okay, see here. Oh, we got a continuation. It's like no build something. All right. Here's a questions. Is Serial Rockstar 101 still active for newbies and is content up to date? I mean, it's still active. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna the content I did last year, so I'm gonna have to redo the content. But everything's still applicable. I mean, it's pretty basic as far as, you know, how to set up the campaigns and stuff. So CBV Lab, all that stuff is all the same. So yeah, it's still applicable, but I'm definitely gonna update it here in the next few weeks. Okay, what's the best resource for media buying and scale for profitable campaigns? I'm not sure what you mean by resource for media buying. If you're talking about a person. learn how to do media buying. I guess, you hang out with me. Like we have a mastermind, and we talk about media buying quite a bit. There's not one like course I can point you to. If you're a beginner, Superfiller Rockstar 101. I'm gonna be coming out with some stuff, but really, everything that I talk about and everything is media buying. Okay. Google Display Network is the biggest media buying platform in the world. So, that is media buying. That's actually how I recommend people start, because it's way easier to buy banner traffic on Google Display Network than it is, any other platform. Are you cloaking on Google? Yep. Can free trial skin offers with pre-sale pages be used on Facebook without a cloaker? Nope. I've heard people saying they have had a compliant page or whatever, but they don't convert as well, and a lot of times they still get banned, still get shut down. At what point your campaign do you start to scale? Well, scaling is a process, not necessarily an event. So as soon as I get something working that's profitable, then I'm already scaling. I'm scaling. I'm trying to get more of it, because the whole optimization is cut out what doesn't work and get more of what does work. So so I'm always scaling to a certain extent, but I would say once, if I get a page where, and again, it depends. It depends. Like if it's something like Google or Facebook, and like if I get something that's even approaching 100% ROI, I'm pulling out stops trying to get it as much traffic as possible. If it's like a media buy, say like off of Google, where it's like, it's like a, banner deal. It's like, what the hell am I trying to say? I can't think of the word. Not invoice, but okay, whatever. If you have your full out media buy where you're buying banners on a particular site, like from a site or a network, then the net margin, especially if there's volume, the net profit margin, whatever ROI is going to be smaller. Okay, like I'll settle for, like for example, like if I can buy like $1 million worth of traffic, say on some websites, in a month, and I only make 10% profit, say 20% profit margin. Okay, that's $200,000. Like I'll take that all day, every day. I'll take that. So the more volume you have, then the less ROI you have to have as far as like really scaling. But again, you gotta understand, like it's a process. It's not an event. Hey Greg, hey Magdio, what's going on, man? Can I make a $5 offer profit on Bing because PPC and I pay around $1 per click? Well, if the conversion rate is less than 20%, you can't. It depends. If the conversion rate is high, then you can. Depends on, again, it's math. All right. So you're gonna have an EPC, you can have a CPC. So if your cost per click is $1, then your EPC has to be over $1. And a $5 offer, that's probably gonna be pretty difficult. So you're probably gonna have to get some cheaper traffic. Apart from tracking software, what other tools do you recommend? That's it, man. CVV Lab, Landing Page Genius, which you can get from, make sure everybody knows here. This is brought to you by, right here. This is where you want to get. Superfillerrockstar.com/CVV Lab, superfillerrockstar.com/LPG for Landing Page Genius. All right. So apart from that, what else do I recommend? That's really it. You can get some spy tools if you want. But honestly, that's it. That's really it. Oh, when can we have access to the recording? When I get it rendered. No, it'll probably later this evening. When are we gonna learn about advertising on Pinterest? When I start doing it. I haven't done it yet. Okay. Do you recommend PPV, which is best, Lead Impact, or I would say Traffic Advance is one I've had the most experience and most success with has been Traffic Advance. Lead Impact has been up and down, off and on. Let's see, Greg, do you think cloaking will ever become illegal? I don't think so. Not according to the law. I mean, I don't think the law cares. Let's see. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen? Somebody says totally white. Can you guys see my screen? Should say start right. All right, let's see here. Is there a post or something that you know of that can tell you how to get a compliant site and landing page for Google? I heard anytime you have a bridge page, you're screwed and can get banned fast. You know what? Yeah. You might want to check out. I don't know where, but you can check out like Ryan Dice because like he does a lot of stuff. And he does have some compliant stuff for Google. He even has a compliant squeeze page for Google. And also, I know they have one of the lead pages too. Lead pages, they have a couple of Google compliant landing pages. So that's all. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got on that one. Insertion order. Thanks, Pete. That's the word I was looking for. When I was talking about the media buys. Insertion order. That's the one I couldn't figure out. All right. See, what your biggest mistake in your mid-level affiliate? My biggest mistake as an online mid-level affiliate, I guess, not planning a big enough pond. Like not really getting to like the huge markets with the huge traffic. Trying to stay away from competition a little bit too much. So I think just not really going after the big markets with a ton of competition. I think that was probably it. Do you use the call to action buttons on Facebook in your link ads or mobile? You get more copy below the image without it. Have you tested it much? Yes, I've tested it a lot, and it depends. It's all case by case basis. So yeah, I've tested it quite a bit, and sometimes it works better, sometimes not. And you're right, you can get more text on there, but sometimes more text is not good. So I can't even say generally speaking because it's so I've tested so much across the board. I can't even say which one is better than the other. You just really got to test on case by case basis. But yeah, I've tested both. I mean, I've tested them. Let's see. How do you avoid the FTC? Tell the truth. That pretty much that helps. Tell the truth on your landing pages. Don't make outrageous claims. If you're the business, if it's your product, make sure you give people refunds promptly if they ask for them. Just mostly just tell the truth. Don't mislead people. It's the main thing. All right, looks like that is it. Let me look on the Facebook group, make sure there's no questions there. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to delete this comment. Is Aaron on here? No, he's not even on here. Okay. Okay. Somebody said, "Do you build lists for the offers you run?" Yeah, for the most part, yes. Okay. I guess that's it. Oh, let's see. What is the appropriate amount to bid for the initial clicks during the testing phase? Your webinar or SAM suggested pretty high. When I did that, Yeah. Again, it's that question. I mean, that answer that comes up all the time. It depends. I mean, really, I normally start like with $1. Sometimes, like if I already know that, I think that the placement or whatever it is going to be pretty profitable, I might go $2. Actually, here's what I do. To be honest, like I'll start like $1, $1.25, and then as I get conversions, like I'll increase those. If they're profitable, I'll increase those to $2, and then the other ones like I'll gradually lower. Like if it gets to like $20, then like I'll knock it down to like 50 cents, and then and I'll just keep those low. And if it gets up to like the payout, which in this case would be like $40, then I pause it or delete it or whatever. So yeah, he said at $3. I mean, and again, but it really depends on what niche you are in. If you're in one of these really competitive niches, and you might have to bid that high to get some traffic, but for the most part, I started like $1 and work my way down. Um, okay, I think I saw the ones from the Facebook group. Any more questions here? Oh, thanks, MacDill. Have you targeted Spanish market? At times I have, yeah. Have you ever done anything in diabetes market? Yes, I have. What do you think about it? I love it. Love it. Yeah, diabetes market is good. Do you use retargeting on Google and Facebook? Yes, I do. Are you just building a list with offers? Are you just building a list with offers you run with autoresponder services like AWeber and get response? I mean, that's part of what I do. I mostly just send the traffic to a landing page and convert them right away. So that's normally what I do. Is skincare still hot? Yeah, still hot. All right, guys. Well, hey, we are going on 2 hours here. I gotta go and pick up my children from school. So it's been a pleasure. How you like that? Q&A, no pitching. It's not gonna happen too often. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity. I mean, because I know getting stuff profitable is a big problem. So just wanted to give you my tips on how to do it and try to help you guys out. So all right, take it easy. Have a good one. Talk to you guys later.